Moving to a new city by yourself can be scary and exciting at the same time. And I know this because I've moved to a city by myself. And if you want to know more about the details of that, check out my previous videos about moving to the seaside by myself. So here's a little bit of advice about moving out of the city and moving away by yourself. These are a few tips that I have learned from moving away on my own and living by myself in a brand new city. So the first tip I would give you is make sure that you research your new area. It's a good idea to find out the cost of living in your city, so you can jump on Zoopla and you can just have a look at the prices of rent. You can also look at the general prices in the area. Also look at the employment options as well as their business environment, if there's any employment opportunities, because you might love an area but it might not have the opportunities that you need in that area. For me, that was slightly easier because I am self-employed, so I can work from anywhere, but I know that's not a luxury that everyone has. So make sure you look into the employment of the area that you're moving to. Also, make sure to find a suitable new home. Look at the crime rates and also look at the standards of living in different neighborhoods of your future city. Think about the most important features you want your new place to have and consider its location. I made sure to look around and choose a place that was a central location, which is close to shops and also close to all of the amenities that I need. The reason for this is that I didn't want to have to buy a car so that I could just get around to different places. Everything I need is within 10 to 15 or 5-minute walking distance from where I live. So it's very easy for me to get around, and I think that's really important, rather than choosing somewhere that's cheaper but further away from everything. But it depends on what you prefer. Now, the next thing, when you're moving out, you need to pare down your possessions. Sort out your belongings and decide which of them you'd like to take with you to your new home. Make sure you bring along only the items that you really need and really love. Get rid of everything else before the move. This actually led me to thinking a little bit more about minimalism and things that I actually don't need. I'm going to make a future video on things that I no longer need anymore or no longer use anymore, because I've realized that I have accumulated a lot of different items over the years that I've never actually needed. The next step is to create a moving plan or a moving calendar to better organize your time. Break down the tasks that you need to complete before the moving day into achievable mini goals. Prioritize them according to their significance and difficulty, and define adequate time frames for their completion. Have a detailed moving checklist to track your progress, and make sure that you won't forget any of the important things, like changing your address to your bank. Decide if you're going to use a professional moving service or perform a DIY move. Compare the costs and consider the risks and advantages of each option. For me, I actually was planning to do a DIY move, but I realized due to the sheer volume of things that I had, a DIY move would have been the most feasible option. So at the last minute, in the end, I decided to hire some professionals to help me to move. It would have saved me a lot of time if I had previously planned this earlier and made up my mind to use professional services rather than trying to do the DIY way. So I hope you found these tips very helpful. If you have, don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye everyone.